All right, back up in the old UP working on the barn. And I didn't tape anything this weekend, but I wanted to share a few things I did because I think there's some good ideas and things that might be useful to other people. All right, so one of the first things I did this weekend is I had a bunch of scraps. Now basically it's 1/2 inch thick pine and cedar from doing the walls and the ceiling. All right, so anything that was over 1 foot long, I hoarded when I was cutting these boards, and I threw off in a corner, and I cut them all down to 12 inches. All right, and then I put nailing strips up, and I did like a cedar / pine shake back wall. Yes, I know there's trim and stuff that's still missing everywhere, but I just wanted to show you that because, you know, my initial thought was just burning this stuff, but then as I was seeing how much I was starting to accumulate, I was like, man, I can use this for something, and it always feels good not to have to throw something out. So, there, scrap turned into a wall, and I don't think it looks too bad. Other things I done, I put in these plate covers, so I have 12-volt lights in there, and you know, you got the switches, so I put a standard electrical box in, and I run my 12-volt wires over here, and I just drilled a hole in a plate cover and put my switch. I know, seems pretty common sense, but when I was thinking of how to do it, that wasn't my first idea, and I'm glad this is what I went with because it worked out really good. All right, other things, I put a little bit of trim up. I got a ton of trim to do, but around this door, and I hate to say it, but around the door, this gap between the wall and the door was like 5 inches up here, and it was like 4 inches down there. So the easiest way I could think of to hide that was I cut a 2-inch piece, nailed them in, and then I put a piece down the middle, covering the gap. And now when you look at it, at least from my perspective, I look at it and I don't see, you can't tell that it's not straight, not square. And then I just mirrored that on this side. This side wasn't off at all though. You know, I don't know where I went wrong over here, but somewhere I went wrong. All right, other things I did. Got my old Coyote box. All right. Now this, I had all kinds of intentions, but I've never built a box like this before, so it was a learning experience. So the big log on there, you're looking at that going, I don't know, why would you do that? It's kind of heavy. Well, I was using hydraulic struts to open that door, and I probably bought some that were a little too big, and it was like flexing the heck out of that door. In fact, the Menards hinges that I use 4 of them, and them are like $3 for 2 of them, so they're not like a big pricey item, but them bend a little bit. I got a little 1/8 inch of a gap where it bent the hinge up at the top, but I cycled the door probably 100 times, and it's not really getting any worse, and this door will probably hardly ever get open, so that is what it is. I tried to do like a 3D effect, carve these trees, and Brad nailed them to the back of this before I put them up, so it would have like an 1/8 inch gap, you know, just to provide a little shadowing. And I think that looks okay, you know, I like that part. You see that wire hanging down? Well, that wire goes to, all right, for locking this cabinet. All right, I bought an electronic lock off of Amazon, and even though it came all the way from China, the thing just didn't work for me. I couldn't get it to sense to unlock through this box here. So, in its defense, so I used 3/4 inch plywood building this box, and then there's 1/2 inch thick cedar as a trim, so it would have had to go through 1 1/4 inch of wood, and it couldn't do it. So back to the drawing board on that. Not sure what I'm gonna do. Now you'll see it goes, there's like no tension because it's hydraulic struts. They actually kind of suck it down a little bit, which I like. I mean, I wasn't anticipating that, but I like it. All right, so now you look at the door. You can see how I constructed it. Basically, Craig jig pocket screws for a frame, and then 1/2-inch plywood behind it. Easy, easy. All right, so struts. Learned a lot about struts. I mean, if you're building a box or anything and you're opening it with struts, use the guide. Don't be like me and just think, yeah, this size will work. Because you got to know how much your lid weighs, and you got to know the travel. I want to say it was 60% of your opening is the length of the strut. And then make sure you buy decent ones. I ended up going down to Napa to get the ball for the top, because the ones that came with it, even though it came with these 60-pound struts, it bent it over like instantly. So that kind of sucked. All right. Now, other parts of the box. Now this, nothing here is really that pricey for what I got. This gun lock, you buy them off of eBay, 30 bucks, 40 bucks. And the back rails, I bought them off of eBay also. It's funny because the place I work at uses components like this, but they don't let you take nothing home. And like when they throw gun locks out, they drill out the lock, so they're unusable. But basically, you can buy this stuff off of eBay because that's where I got it. And 2 wires come off of this, and there's a key. All right. So the 2 wires I got running over here, it runs off of 12 volts, and it comes with a timer. You can set how long. Like you push a button, a switch, whatever. But I got a little button. You push a button, and it goes to that timer. And the timer will then unlock that for, say, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever you set the timer to. It's adjustable. And that just runs off 12 volts. All right. The rails, I got 3 of them here. And I got them screwed together with a metal flat stock on the back of them, because they have threaded 1/4-inch bolts in the back of these things. And like I said, they're on eBay all the time. They got little nuts that slide around in there, so everything's adjustable and you can bolt stuff up to it and move it around. All right. And for like this, basically I have magnets wrapped in Velcro so it doesn't scratch anything up. And you can buy that off eBay too. Can you tell I buy some stuff off of eBay? But anyhow, and I did a little camouflage paint job, but it didn't work out too good. I tried doing it with handprints, and then I got mad and smeared it. So that's enough of that. And you may be thinking, dang, that's high, man. But our bed is going to be here. And our bed, for whatever reason, is darn near the height of the bottom of that window. So it won't be that high. All right. Other things I did. Oh, I experimented with a trim to cover the gap. All right. So where I met these wall boards coming in at an angle, I had an unsightly gap, right? So this is my fix. Yes, if you watched my videos before, I use an awful lot of these. The first cutoffs from the sawmill. I like them. I like them. What can I say? I think it worked out pretty good. To attach that, basically, let's see, find it. I gotta put my glasses on. All right, right there. Ooh, it's easy to see with your glasses on. I drilled a 1/2-inch hole, sunk a screw in, you know, right there's another one. So I got 4 screws, and then I cut a piece of dowel and just tapped it in. I didn't even glue the dowel in. Just tapped it in over the top and sanded it down. I think it looks pretty good. And there'll be trim, other trim added. Don't think that's complete, but I just wanted to share that because, dang, I kind of like it. All right. I think that about covers pretty much what I did this weekend. I put in an electric box, but I didn't get much farther than that. My solar's going to be downstairs, but my inverter and everything's going to be downstairs. But I'm going to feed the power off of that up into this breaker box. And then I got only like 30 amps of 12 volt that's coming up. And all the lights in here and like these USB cords, they're going to be fed off of that. Right now I just got them on a battery that's sitting up here. But eventually all the batteries will be downstairs. And I put them pipes in there and gobbed a bunch of silicone around them. So like a lot of these wires, like you see this board here, there'll be another board hiding all the 120 wires. But I'm going to leave this so you can get at this if you need to change a fuse. And I bought this thing off of Amazon. And it's kind of nice. You can, you put your positive on and your negative. Or I pointed backwards, I think. I think this is your positive, this is your negative. And then you got these negatives that you can hook to. And then you got your screws for where you hook all your positive. Simple as can be. Alright, so, and that I want to be able to get to, so that won't be behind the board. And that won't be the only 12 volt up here. Back in that little corner there, I'm going to have another, but that one will be like 100 amps because I'm going to have all my pumps and stuff for the shower and all the good stuff. But we're not that far yet, man. Calm down. But there's my quick little update. I just wanted to share a few of them things in case you're doing something similar. And give you my opinions, and I guess that's it. Well, have a good one. Catch you later. Thanks for watching.